So, God bless. I have something to share with you, right? Have you ever thought before, how do I know if someone actually doesn't know God or not, right? Have you ever know, like, have you probably thought to yourself or thought about, or asked yourself, how do I know if I know God? Like, I say I know God, but how do I know that? Or like, I have friends that say that they know God, but how do I know that? Or like, there's someone who likes me and they say that they know God, but how do I know that truly? Well, look at what Paul says in the book of Galatians chapter 4 verse 8. He says, formerly when you did not know God, okay, so he's talking to the Galatians, right, and saying, formerly when you did not know God, right, you were slaves to those who by nature are not God's, right? So we see that there's a problem here, right? How we're not necessarily a problem, but Paul's reminding the Galatians, hey, remember when you didn't know God or who he was or who he is or what he's done, and you were worshiping these other things and making them your gods that by nature aren't gods, right? So we can get something from this verse, right? When a person doesn't really know God, they tend to idolize other things or other people and put them in that place where God is supposed to be. And and so much so that they become a slave to that thing, right? Like they get mastered by it, right? Like it literally just takes over. And that could be, to be honest, for us, that could be a way of thinking. It could be a feeling. It could be a person. You know, there's so many things that by nature are not God, and yet we become slaves to them as if they are. And that's a major sign that someone, or maybe you, may not fully understand God or does not fully understand God. Because if you did fully understand him, you would know that he's worthy of all your worship, that he's worthy of all your attention, that he's worthy of all of your admiration, that he's worthy of all your praise. And when you know God, you know these things as well. But when you don't know God, you don't know those, and therefore you give that attention to other things or other people. Or maybe even you see that a person, like let's say if someone likes you and they say that they give their whole life to Jesus, but you notice that they put you before God. That's an automatic sign that they do not fully know God. So that's all I wanted to share with you. It's just one verse, very simple, but yeah, God bless.